this time of year, as we're sort of catapulting from the old year into the new, tends to feel like time is accelerating, that there's a lot of pressure or momentum. So, regardless if you're somebody who loves the holiday season, or you're somebody who doesn't like it, or you're somebody who's sort of in the middle, in between, regardless of where you fall on that spectrum, this is a time of year that tends to have a fair amount of pressure, which is also a source of stress. I have a Native American friend who talked about how for her it didn't make sense to have a giveaway and parties and a lot of outgoing activities during the winter when it's really a time where we need to conserve and preserve and be inside, listen inside, where the days are so short and the nights are so long. When she said that, it made a lot of sense to me because I realized there is a cognitive disconnect for me between what nature is doing, and our bodies are nature, and what's happening culturally. So I love to do a qigong practice that really helps support me during this time, called the crystal generator. I shared a little bit of it in my last video, but I want to do it in a little bit more depth so that it's something that you can use as you begin your day. It doesn't take very long, but if you can do this, I really believe it's something that'll help support you internally. So you're going to just sit. It's a seated form. You can do it standing, but it is seated. The left hand begins, and you're going to imagine that you're building a fire here in your lower belly, your lower dantian. And as you do the movement, it's just, if you can imagine, bringing in whatever feels like feeds you, gives you a sense of nourishment. Maybe it's being able to take a hot bath from time to time. Maybe it's eating hot soup, or having particular types of conversations with loved ones. Maybe it's being able to write in your journal, or read a book, or watch a movie. Maybe it's something else, something that, whatever it is that feels like this nourishes your heart, it nourishes your spirit, it nourishes your energy. So you're drawing nourishing energy into the belly and imagining building up this fire, almost like you have a pot of water sitting on top of that fire and it's beginning to boil. You don't want it to boil so hard it puts out the flame and spills over the side, and you don't want to keep it too low. You want to have a sense of steam rising. I'm going to finish after you do those movements about 9 times on each side, and then breathe. Relax and allow the sense of heat between your hands and your belly to permeate through your whole body, so that when you go out with a sense of internal access to your joy, to your momentum, to your own sense of groundedness, so that you can slow down internally regardless of how accelerated time seems.